Welcome everyone to the SERL Hot Wheels Cup Series Season 2 Race 12 at Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park, a 0.625 mile high bank short track, and to be more specific, the turns are banked at 26 degrees, making this one of the fastest short tracks we go to in the SERL, period. And when we were here a season ago, there were, I remember 3 flips happening, and at both ends of the racetrack, I think that there were a couple of multi-car incidents. There were some uh, fairly large green flag runs, and the race was and the winner of the race was decided with just a few laps to go, and that winner was, look at what we have here, Eric Almerhard. Last season he was in the 22 Pennzoil Ford. This season he's in the 15 5-hour Energy Toyota, and just like last season he started up front, and he was making slight gains, but really did not show like all the speed he had until that long green flag run late in the race, and then he passed Diego Stevenson, who had led every single lap before that, and then the caution came out, and he went on to win the race. And with him starting up front, if he can find his way to the bottom lane, because that's the preferred lane at this racetrack, he could definitely be one to watch out for. And Austin Kennedy, who starts on the pole, he becomes the 12th different pole winner in 12 races, which is pretty astonishing. I don't think we had this a season ago, to my understanding, or maybe we did. And as we look at the starting lineup, which I'll have to show here just because our pace lap is not going to last very long, here's our starting lineup right here. Austin Kennedy, Eric Almerhard, Kendall Maynor, Blaine Keys, Jacob Reed, Isaac Nichols, Carson Sinclair, Johnny Mills, Ben Hotchkiss, Payne Keys. That is your top 10. And if we go through the field, starting in the 22nd position is our pole center, not pole center, our points leader, Bubba Buchanan, who has a 16-point gap over uh, Nick Smith, who starts 16th. So I would say that a 60-point lead is a I would say pretty comfortable lead, or decent comfortable lead, but who knows? He's kind of in a danger zone before he starts. So who knows? It could all change today, and I felt like that a lot of that had to do with uh, Nick Smith getting a good finish last week at Vermont, and Bubba Buchanan having a struggling day all day after getting involved in a crash. I think that's what has happened in the past week that has caused a pretty close battle here between Bubba Buchanan and Nick Smith. But we'll just have to see today. And now let's get these cars rolling off. One thing I would like to show you, just sort of as like the fact of today, so far this weekend, the winners in the Domino's Pizza Truck Series and the American Idol Series got the pole, led every lap, and won. And so again, Austin Kennedy do that today. I think it's gonna be pretty hard just because of the level of competition in this series, but also the fact about how this track is just really hard to drive master. But anyway, here we go. Coming out of turn number 4, Austin Kennedy are going hard to the green flag at Thompson. Austin Kennedy gets a great start. In the bottom of the rail, this track is a lot like Martinsville, whereas with the bottom will go and the outside, you're not going to get anything on the outside. Here, so you're just going to go backwards. But now here comes Kendall Maynor, who's shown a lot of speed so far this weekend. That qualifying position definitely proved it. And now it looks like him and Austin Kennedy are pulling away from the pack just a little bit. But here comes Jacob Reed in the 19, looking to gain an advantage here. As it looks like we're going to go the first 2 laps green flag. So Austin Kennedy continues to be the leader. And now Jacob Reed here looks like that he's going to give Kendall Maynor quite a battle. To the inside, not there. I think that this is one of the harder tracks to pass on, just because you can just so easily miss time it, and then you, if they're in front of you or both of you, might end up in the wall. But now it looks like Kendall Maynor has actually been able to pull away from Jacob Reed, and now it looks like he's going to be able to challenge Austin Kennedy. I think that Kendall Maynor is probably the driver to watch out for today, just because of all the speed he has shown so far this weekend. And he's not really had a whole lot of success so far top 25 points, so I think Olin would definitely be good for him. But so far, we're not seeing that as we've gone the first of the green flag, and now it's all going to change. Caution is now out. Austin Kennedy will be expecting the caution, and he will get all these caution up. So what happened? William Bedford, Cameron Garlington, Daniel Boyles, Aria Parks, Dale Scott, maybe Johnny Mills, Alan Sousa, maybe, and maybe a couple others. But it looks like it was most likely maybe like a 5-car pileup, and let's take a look. I have no idea what was up with Charles Belden, because Lucas are here. This was just Lucas are here. He just gets into the corner a lot more harder than Johnny Mills are here. And then all of a sudden, like, Lucas are here. He's just hooking him right here, goes up into the wall. We're actually going to keep it on the camera here. William Bedford has nowhere to go. Bubba Buchanan almost gets hooked, actually. And then, as Ergo's come through, so here, Alan Sousa, that's where his damage got from. And then Cameron Garlington just has nowhere to go, and that's where Aria Parks got her damage. So did Daniel Boyles and O'Neill Balvin. But just overall, what a very strange record here that is unfortunately going to take out a lot of good drivers. Let's use our rear chase camera on Connor Breeden, and look how close he comes to hitting Johnny Mills. We're actually going to slow this up here to get a better look here. Oh my goodness. I'm still surprised that more drivers didn't hit William Bedford, because he was in the way of a lot of drivers. But nevertheless, it's still going to be a tough break for him, for a driver that was actually kind of under the radar. He was 13th in points. Why does my frame rate have to be so bad? So while it wasn't exactly a 5-car pileup, there are 5 drivers that will be out of the race: Cameron Garlington, O'Neill Balvin, Daniel Boyles, Willie Bedford, and Ariana Parks. And Johnny Mills will be in the rear of the field. Actually, never mind here. Cameron Garlington and O'Neill Balvin are actually going to be on the inside, so that's going to make things very interesting. We haven't seen this all weekend. And here we go. Austin Kennedy. He obviously he has a really good car, but so is Kevin Whitmore, and flex back out. And these two drivers just break ahead of everyone else here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. Watch out. This might get very havoc here. Oh, he gets here. He's here. He gets together up into the wall. Back over to here. Up. Oh, into Dean Horn. That was like, that was kind of like accidental havoc here, as he is still getting hit left and right. Oh my goodness here. Alan Sousa around. And Dean Horn gets more damage, so does Johnny Mills. I had a feeling that was going to go very bad for the moment Cameron Garlington and O'Neill Balvin just like kind of like blocked the tracker here. So, and chances are they're still going to be on the racetrack. So this could be a theme we see throughout the rest of the race. So this crash didn't exactly start just because of O'Neill Balvin and Cameron Garlington. Look at Isaac Nichols and Dean Orton. They actually hooked together here, and that causes Dean Orton here to pull up right alongside Payne Keys, and that causes them to hook together here, and then Payne Keys are here. He's just gonna go for a wild ride. Hits like a hill right here on the back stretch here. Spins down here, comes right back in front of traffic here. Dean Orton has nowhere to go, and Eric Allmer here, he also gets quite a bit of damage as well. It's amazing that more drivers didn't get involved in this. Connor Breeden did get some damage though. So did Frankie Reed. And then up front, we look at Alan Sousa. Alan Sousa and Frankie Reed had made some contact here, and that caused them here to get together right in front of Dean Horton, and Riley Smith and Saunders and Johnny Mills also got some damage. So now let's go on board some drivers. It just seems like nothing can go right for Payne Keys, even when he's up front. And if you remember last week, he was going to finish in 3rd place, but then had a gear issue, which caused him to finish 20th. And I think he's possibly dead last in points, so he's just probably wondering when it will end. Sinar took a different route than Eric Almahart, and it almost didn't pay off. Curious to see how someone towards the end of the line avoid this melee? Let's go on board Justin Salampus. Are now officially out of the race, and now Frankie Reed joins Cameron Gaunton and O'Neill Valvin as drivers. They'll restart on the inside one lap now. And like I said, I think with these two drivers, this could be a theme we see for the rest of the race. So it could be a wreck for us here now. I hope it's not though. I would like to see a lot of quick racing. Like we saw last season. But here we go. Green flag would not come back out at Thompson. And I gotta say, I have to applaud many of the drivers for their crash, because the wind crash is just not easy to do. We're just thinking right here on the road. I'm not liking this one bit at all. This is not gonna end well. Cameron needs to get out of the way. Oh, we had our crash here. Oh my goodness! Frankie Reed here and Isaac Nichols. Oh, Kevin Saunders involved. Alan Susan and Riley Smith. And Kevin Saunders, he's going to get the worst of it. Even I don't understand how this exactly happens, of where two drivers just like hook together, or two drivers that are up against each other can just get together and then they're like stuck together. I don't understand it at all. And that's what happened here. Isaac Nichols, Car Sinclair get together, and then they go down the racetrack here. Car Sinclair actually gets into the infield here, but then as they go back across the racetrack here, they get together, and Frankie Reed just has nowhere to go. Frankie Reed is able to get his car back rolling and no one hits him, but then when Isaac Nichols slides back down across the racetrack, Kevin Saunders just has nowhere to go. Hits him, and then some drivers do a great job, like Justin Talabas and Lucy Gonzalez, but other drivers, Riley Smith and Alan Souza, wait, what the? Whoa, my goodness, what? What? Okay, I did not notice this at all right here. So, Matt Hutchins are here, went to the inside here, and whoa, one second here. He just gets silenced here along with a bunch of other drivers, and then when he gets back in line here, Jacob Reed just has nowhere to go and goes over the wall. Wait, what? Oh my goodness. What a strange turn of events at Thompson right here. We definitely did not see this at all a season ago. And that could have been really huge right here for everyone. Well, I guess Eric Almahart and Jim Kelly get together. A ton of accidents happening at Thompson's Speedway Motorsports Park. We were not going to miss an Albert camera of Matt Hotchkiss through this crash. Let's go on board Matt Hotchkiss. I am still very speechless about this. I have to say, Lucy Gonzalez is doing a pretty good job of avoiding these crashes. And remember, she won last week at Vermont, so maybe that's helping her. I think it's safe to say that this will definitely be a race to remember. And so now, Matt Hotchkiss and Kevin Saunders are now officially out of the race, and now we have 4 drivers that will restart on the inside with the addition of Jim Kelly. And meanwhile, one driver that is loving this, Austin Kennedy. This is really helping him here. And it turns out that maybe he will actually be able to lead every single lap of win. We'll just have to see. If Kendall Beador gets a great restart and is able to get by him like immediately, then I think we can be talking about it. we go, there's another crash. Is the guy bringing out a caution? Nope, it's not. Oh, never mind. Here's a wreck. Cameron Gallatin is around. Never mind. That's not Cameron Gallatin. That's Connor Brennan. And it looks like Johnny Mills also got some damage in that as well. So that should bring out the caution. Yes, it did. And so Austin Kennedy, he's already led the most laps this race, but the more cautions that happen, the ever so closer he gets to winning his second race ever in the Hot Wheels Cup Series. While this strangely did not bring out a caution, this is, to me, the first crash that has been because of slower lap traffic. Because look at Cameron Gallatin. He's on the high side. Jim Kelly is on the inside. They're just slower lap traffic. And I wish that in this game, if you were super slow, you could just get a penalty. And I know I've said this before, but it's just plain ridiculous. This kind of stuff just doesn't need to happen here. And Pierce Saviano and Andrew Gorman here, they just took the other here, and both of them take a hard impact into the outside wall. And Pierce Saviano here, he actually gets stuck on the outside wall. He doesn't go over the wall, but he gets stuck on it. And even if he was able to get off of it, look at the smoke coming out of the car. So his day is going to be over. But now let's take a look and see what happened to Connor Breeden. Looks like, oh, did Dale Scott and Clint Buchanan get together? Oh no, Connor Breeden came up into Clint Buchanan, and that's what caused him to go sideways. And Dale Scott also got a piece of it as well. And once again, I find it pretty amazing that more drivers did not get involved in this. But now let's go on board someone. So far the pattern has been today is that if you're starting up front, you're going to get involved in a crash because you are just the first drivers or one of the first drivers to be right behind the lap traffic. In some ways, he also kind of got twisted up there from Jim Kelly. From way off in the distance, you will see Pierce Saviano on his side, and Dale Scott, even though he was not involved in that crash, he took a pretty wild ride, I guess you could say, on the backstretch. So, in that turn, he was actually able to gain his cars here, but he wasn't able to avoid this one. He just had nowhere to go. It hit the outside, the inside will go back in. Out of everyone involved in the crashes that brought the last caution, Pierce Saviano is the only driver that will be out of the race. And Rollins became a new addition as a driver that will be one lap down, but because it is less than 10 laps to go, those drivers that are lap down will just blend in wherever they were in the field, which means that drivers like Rollins are still up front. But now that we've had a lot of traffic, will Austin Kennedy be able to still drive away? Looks like that the answer is yes. And here comes car sequence from the bottom of Cody Hagan, looking to get their way, and he does it. Now right here, Jim Kelly is in the wire here, and look at here. Once again, we're being wedged up to the wire here, and this is not going to end well. This is not going to end well at all. And now this is guaranteed. But actually, never mind. The caution's out. The caution's out here, and this should give us maybe like an opportunity for like one lap dash. As it looks like Connor Breeden and Johnny Mills might be the drivers that got involved. Let's take a look. So this wasn't because of Connor Breeden and Johnny Mills. This was because Justin Columbus just hooked Nick Smith, who, remember, I said entering this weekend was second points. He comes right back across the racetrack here, hits Isaac Nichols, and he goes for a spin. And Dale Scott did a pretty good job of avoiding Nick Smith. But that's all there really is to show. So now let's take you back to the green flag. No DNFs after that last caution. So here is where everyone is on the racetrack, whether they are out or not. And so we will be in for just a one lap dash. So really, as long as Austin Kennedy does not get a bad restart, he should be fine. But if Kenny Miller does get a great restart and maybe a better restart than Austin Kennedy, he could be able to pass him. Let's take a look over here. Coming out to turn 4, the green flag is back out here at Thompson. And Austin Kennedy, he gets a good restart, and that's going to probably be the only restart of the day. We're going to go spin him, green bar, the inside. He's really only going to have one more opportunity, which is down here. And so Austin Kennedy, he's going to be able to complete the weekend sweep in the Energy Series. The driver who won the pole led most laps in one, and Austin Kennedy is able to do the same. Who else was involved in it? Garrett Sinner, you're here. It looks like he was involved, and he was having a good day. Because there have been so many crashes, I honestly feel like I feel like we could show who was involved, so I'm sorry about that. And once again, I just want to address that I have absolutely no control over these lap cars. I guess it would be nice if I did have the ability to just be like, you're an interference. I will get rid of you. You know, I kind of wish that I could do that, but I'll just say again that I just can't. So I'm sorry that this race was indeed a wreck fest, but also this is like my like 10th take trying to do this race, and I'm I'm just somewhat sad. I'm kind of satisfied with how this race went. It's not the way I would had wished the race would have gone, but yeah. So hopefully situations like this don't ever happen again. So here is the finishing results, and I gotta say, I kind of feel like that. What made this race kind of hard for me, and I'm sure some viewers as well, is the fact of how many drivers that were going to have good runs. Drivers like Peyton Keys, um, like drivers like Payne Keys, Pierce Aviano, they were all going to have good finishes, but yeah, the stupid lap trafficker here just ruined it all for them at the end of the day. So next week, all three series head to Bullitt. This is going to be the first triple header since Kansas, and Bullitt, the layout is pretty crazy. Uh, uh, the racing that we see at Bullitt, or as I've been saying before, some YouTubers call it Hartley-Pool, and it should definitely be a weekend not to miss across all three series. So I hope you tune in for that race. And I think after this race, I think Bubba Buchanan is actually going to be able to extend his points. And he actually finished ninth on the racetrack. So good job for him to avoid everything. And that's how you're going to win a championship. As long as if you stay out of trouble, you will do just fine. Anyway, I would like to thank everyone for watching this race. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and buy it. Congrats to Austin Kennedy.